Mr. Rivas also has a felony. That case was dismissed today, so we just have our misdemeanors now.
What am I supposed to do, Mr. Rivas? Over and over and over. I ordered you not to use any illegal substances, and yet it continues to happen. No, I mean, what? Felicia, when was the first test that we did on Mr. Rivas?
My last test was the test I took.
Did you represent him on the aggravated assault?
No, I didn't, Judge. He was just appointed an attorney this morning up there, and the case was dismissed the same day that he was appointed an attorney. Who was the attorney appointed?
Mr. Andrew Williams.
Andrew Williams. But I'm sure you know what he's going to say. He said he was trying to explain to you that the marijuana was in his system from when he was arrested on January 22nd.
Yeah.
Judge, the only test we have is from the 18th.
What day?
Uh,
You mean today?
No, the 18th, February 18th.
Okay, that's,
I just took the test last week. That was my
And
first
that's what
test.
the,
you've been on bond in this case since September. Since September, you've known not to use any illegal substances. It's now February. What possible excuse could there be?
There is no excuse, Judge, given that
He has 3 open cases with us. I mean, I've continually told you not to use.
I think one of those cases was possession of marijuana. He said that's the day that he used, the day that he was arrested for possession of marijuana.
September 28th.
Yeah.
Sorry. Goes with you. I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Rivas. You're not getting it. I'm telling you no using.
Can you give me another chance? My first test. This Friday I have a college for UTI, which I paid $200 for. I can show you proof. I have an email of UTI. I've been trying to change. I told the door upstairs too. I haven't smoked since I got out. I'm an ankle monitor. I haven't smoked since I got put in this ankle monitor, Judge. You can
When you get that ankle monitor,
took me on the day I got released from jail.
whenever he checked in for the drug test on the 18th, he did state to us that it.
you got the ankle monitor on the 18th? So you tell me you stopped smoking 2 days ago?
No.
Sorry, that's when he told us he had consumed marijuana in about 2 to 3 weeks from the 18th. And then the ankle.
So 2 to 3 weeks ago, you're telling me he says he stopped?
No, I stopped since I got out of jail.
January,
So, yeah.
January 22nd, Judge.
That's the day I stopped.
That's what he
I
said.
enrolled in college now, which I paid $200.
That was the last arrest because these cases were
If
different.
it's January 22nd, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks and 3 days, 4 days.
Just, but I know I can change. I've been trying to better myself since I got put in this ankle monitor. I've been in jail. I don't want to be.
Yes, it's from January 27th or January 28th.
January, what day? Exactly.
They entered it on the 28th, but I don't believe he got it until sorry, they entered it on the 27th. I don't believe he got it.
What was the absolute last day?
The day I got arrested for the aggravated for this charge, this case that I got dismissed, I was parked in the car. That's when it happened. That's the last time I
That's
smoked.
December 19th, I see as the date of arrest. Or you tell me the time you stopped was the time they put the ankle monitor on you?
So
Tell me, Mr. Clay.
the December 19th is when that felony was filed. He wasn't arrested on that felony until January 22nd. And he's
Okay.
saying that's the last time he smoked. When he got out on bond for that case was January 27th. He was given an ankle monitor as part of the
Yes, he was
felony
given an
release.
ankle monitor in the jail on the 27th.
And I haven't smoked ever since. I'm trying to change.
All right, then I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Then I'm going to calculate it from the 27th and on to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Just,
I will test you again 40 days from that day, 45 days. If I find that you test positive again for marijuana, it's not going to go well for you.
Yes, sir.
If you're lying to me, it's not going to go well.
Am I lying?
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not use. Do not hang around with people who are using, because I don't give a rat's behind if you tell me you're in a car and everybody else is hotboxing it. I don't care. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you're really working this hard to better your life, which is really commendable, right?
I just got a job. Now I just enrolled into UTI, which I had proof my Gmail, which is this Friday. I have a touring class, and then I have in tour in the.
Then don't muck it up by hanging with the wrong people. I bet all the cases that you have now. You speak Spanish?
Yes, sir.
Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Felicia, we know what it is. Okay? All right, Mr.
Thank you,
Clegg.
Judge.
All right, man. Make me proud. I'm not asking for much.
I'm trying
Don't
to change
use,
Tell me,
but don't put yourself into a position when you're hanging around with bad folk.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
You were on bond for theft,
Yes, sir.
and now you've picked up another. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
On February 17th, 2025, an officer was sitting in a Walmart parking lot and observed a male wearing a black jacket, red shirt, and brown pants running at a full sprint from the front of the store with what appeared to be a large box holding near his waist and trying to conceal with a jacket. The officer shouted to the male to stop running approximately 60 feet away. The defendant stopped, made eye contact with the officer, and entered the passenger side of a motor vehicle. The officer shouted for both occupants to stop, at which time the motor vehicle sped off, exiting the parking lot. The officer was advised by another officer that he was behind the motor vehicle at a Valero gas station. The defendant was detained and recognized as the same person observed to run away from the store. The complainant, a loss prevention associate, provided video showing the defendant walking past all points of sales with a speaker. Total value $289, and the defendant was later ID'd by his Texas driver's license.
He's on bond for a prior assault.
For
Was it-
prior theft, yes. Judge.
Right. Was that at the Walmart? And did we order him not to go to a Walmart?
That prior theft was from a Home Depot, Judge.
I can't continue to give you PR bonds, Mr. Mary.
Yes, sir.
You continue to pick up cases. What am I supposed to?
I'm picking up.
Stop.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to talk. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to continue to give you PR bonds. You're going to stay with me. You picked up a bond while you're on bond. I told you not to pick up any more cases. You've now picked up another case.
Nobody told me anything. The first time was,
Stop. I'm revoking your bond. I'm putting you in jail now. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer and we'll talk and we'll figure out where to go from here. But this is the third PR bond now. No, sir.
isn't that three?
It's 3.
It's not me though. I only have
This
two.
is not a negotiation right now.
Two.
I will appoint you a lawyer. I want you to talk to someone and then we'll figure out where
Yes,
we're
sir.
going from
Yes, sir.
here.
And-
We're approaching with Mr. John Mary. We have a plea that should be before the bench.
Oh, on both.
Yes, sir.
Did you just get appointed today?
I did.
Did you want time to look to see about any discovery or anything?
Well, I've spoken with Mr. Mary, and I've gone through the offense report, at least what's here in the Dems. One of the theft cases is for $103. The other one is like $289. And he is under the impression that, that taking a plea on this case would be more beneficial for him because he can't afford to pay two $5,000 bonds.
Mr. Mary, all I want are my streets to be safe. That's all I want. We gave you a PR bond on your first case. You took off. You didn't come back. We gave you another PR bond. And this time, on the new PR bond, you picked up another case.
That's true.
The point I'm trying to make is
Okay.
I don't want people to plead guilty just to get out. That's not what I
Yes,
want.
sir.
What I want is no more issues. That's what I want. So I don't want him to plead guilty just to get out. And I feel that that's happening here. So if I give you a third chance, how do I know you're not going to pick up yet another case? Mr. Mary, we have resources here. All you have to do is ask. If you want food, if you want clothes, if you want something to, eat, if you need a place to sleep, if you want a job, we have resources for you. All you have to do is ask. But this is a problem because this,
Yeah, I know.
with this right here, pick up another one, you're now looking at a felony charge.
Your Honor, may I? On that first case, it looks as if those were work tools that he was appropriating. On the second.
Let's not talk.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out. That's not the way that, but I'm going to tell you now that I don't like to play games. If I give you another PR bond, and look me now, because if I find that you pick up another case or you don't show up to court, we will have issues. And I'm telling you, I will not do it. This just to plead guilty to get out. It's not going to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will give you another chance. I don't want you to go to any more Home Depots. I don't want you to go to any more, it was what, Walmart, right? No Walmart. Do you understand? Any of them. No Home Depots. And I will have you speak to counsel now so that whatever you need, we can try to get for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? But this is not a good way to just, it's setting you up to fail. And that's not what we do. Do you understand, Mr. Mary? Okay. I'm going to grant you a PR bond on both cases, but we need to find out where we're going to go next because I don't want any more issues. You must appear in court every single time, and I want you to stay in contact with counsel. He's going to give you his cell or a number to him. There's no excuse why you can't get in touch with him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Really, I'm not asking much. Just don't pick up any new cases and stay in contact with counsel. That's all I'm asking you to do. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is not the right way. All
I
right.
understand.
So if you don't mind speaking to him real quick
Thank
to
you.
see what we can work out for any kind of resources he may need.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Eric Tome.
Cuffs here on bond.
He's on bond in ICE custody.
He's in ICE custody?
Yes, he's battling it out over there in ICE custody.
Are you 100% sure?
Yes, so here's the update. I've been giving you updates on this gentleman every 2 weeks. So last time he had an attorney, he was denied an immigration bond, but he was given, they started talking about asylum. So he's getting an asylum application that's pending or about to be submitted. He's gonna have court on March 19th.
Okay.
So we should have word from immigration on March 19th.
Okay, but you've been able to verify he's actually still in ICE custody?
Yeah,
Okay.
look him up again.
I mean,
right
I'm
now.
okay with the reset then.
Yeah, okay, so after that date. Okay, perfect, thank you. Yeah, he's in ICE custody, he's got a hearing date and everything. All right. Hey, this is Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
Jackson, your lawyer's asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. The only thing I know is that you're wanted out of another jurisdiction. I don't even know for what. I don't know if I'm going to set you a bond, but two things are very clear that I need to know. Number one, if we set you a bond, are you going to go back? And number two, if we set you a bond, are you going to be a danger to our city? Because that's my primary concern. I want to keep my streets as safe as I can.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I know that you're going to tell me it's lollipops and gumdrops and rainbows and this and that, but I have to get you in a very short, I have to get to know you in a very short amount of time. And the way I get to know you is how you look on paper, because that tells me really who you are. With that, let us know about Mr. Jackson.
He's wanted out of Greenfield County, Colorado for failure to appear for burglary. The bond over there is $50,000. This was a case out of this was issued out of 2023, October.
So has he been on bond?
No.
Did he know that it was out there? Is it a to be?
The failure to appear.
Oh, failure to appear. So he knows that this has been open for the last 2 years.
Yes, Judge. State's opposed to a bond as well. Of course, as the court knows, he has an evading with a motor vehicle out of the 209.
No. What?
Yes.
He has an open evading as well in a motor vehicle.
Yes, he's got a case pending here in Harris County as well. Invading, that's right.
What are the criminal history? If any?
His other recent one was from 2022. He had a theft, which was a state jail. He was given, I believe, a deferred and it was revoked in 2023.
Wait a second. So you're telling me that that case has been open, it's been in a warrant status since 2023, and he was able to get on a felony probation in 24 here while that case is open over there?
Looks like it.
The case that I caught.
Yeah, so that one was filed in 2022 and then they revoked it in
Okay.
2023. October.
The reason why I got the warrant is because they took me because
Something doesn't add up.
but I made it to all my courts. I never missed a court date before this.
Okay, in Colorado is what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Judge, so there was some back and forth on when he got taken into custody for the last case. He's saying that he didn't miss a court date because he was in custody at that point. And so there's a lot of back and forth. The situation I'm talking to him about is, hey, judge is going to say you've had this case pending since this time. He has a plan in place to go to Colorado. What's different is that he now has a daughter that is 2 years old. So he's trying to do right by her, and so that puts more responsibility on him. He does have the evading case, but he would like to see if he could get a bond here because the trouble he's getting is people aren't allowing him to post the other bond because of this fugitive case. And so it's kind of which one comes first, and we're hoping you could give him.
The is that case has been open. Are you telling me it's been in warrant status for 2 years, Amy?
Yeah, the Colorado case is from 2023.
He's known about this thing. It's been open for 2 years, yet he's never done anything to go back to try to rectify the situation now because he's arrested. Now he's all ready to go.
Well, the difference is now he's got his daughter, and so he's growing up fast.
Jackson, I can't trust you to do the right thing. You've had 2 years.
Yeah, no. At first, I ain't have no money to go out there.
That's a good
Nah,
point
I
I
got
mentioned before. Yeah. He is also mentioning to me his finances, whether his finances were back then. He was 19 at that age. His finances are a little better now. He's got the support of his wife, I believe, or his girlfriend.
My girl.
I don't.
And also, Harris County been putting me in and out of jail since I've been incarcerated in Harris County since then. So I really ain't have no chance to go out there. I only been inside the world for like a month and a half, almost 2 months.
Okay. Judge, we're not asking for a PR bond. We're just asking for a bond enough to ensure for him to go out there and turn himself in. He still needs to make the bond. And so this would at least put something in place where he can make this bond and make the other bond. And if that doesn't happen, if he can't do that other bond, reapproach and we'll pull.
Here's the thing, Mr. Jackson. I appreciate the argument that you guys are making. I truly do. But the fact remains is that case has been open for 2 years. And to say that money has become an issue, I just don't, I don't believe it. And the thing is that you've had a long time to be able to do the right thing, to go take care of that. And yet, in between that time, you're still picking up criminal cases here, and it's still, nothing's happening. I feel if I were to give you a bond, I don't think that you would go back. I just don't want you to pick up another case. I don't want more harm to come. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to do it.
Would you reconsider if he does make the other bond first?
No. But the point is that you've had 2 years to get and do the right thing. And no matter how much time come.
If it's about the bond, go ahead. If it's about the bond, don't talk about this case in specific, but go ahead.
They had,
Talk conjecture.
okay, Judge, during them 2 years, I ain't gonna lie, I've been incarcerated 2 times. The first time, I would have never missed court, but they took me in a day before my court date. That's the whole reason of me having a warrant. And when they took me in, that's what slowed me down on a lot. I had my daughter, my mother got cancer right now. I ain't gonna lie, like, like, I don't know, like,
It's always the right time to do what is right. You
Yes,
know who
sir.
said that?
yes, sir.
Right. You know, you've had 2 years to get it done right. You've
I
not been incarcerated
had-
fully for 2 years. You know, now all of a sudden,
Out of them
because you're in
2 years, sir,
custody,
I only had 6 months out of 2 years, sir.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Yes, sir.
I got to understand that at some
Yes,
point,
sir.
we cannot just continue to, no, it's time now to face it. I can't just continue to let you out and trust that you're going to do the right thing. You've had that opportunity over and over and over. And yet, after 2 years, you still haven't had the wherewithal to get it done. Why is that going to change now? I don't think it will. You know what I mean? Actions speak louder than words. And I hope that you remember this in the future so that if you do have something else elsewhere, take care of it, because that warrant will always be there forever and a day until you take care of it. You know what I mean? Okay.
All right, thanks, Judge.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
Stephen, just.
No. Can I say so? I'm not trying to deny it. You know, first like this. I'm innocent. I am innocent.
A lawyer today.
No, sir, I don't. I don't think I need one. Forgive me for saying that, but the original police report decriminates me. Can I read?
No.
Okay, it's fine.
If you need a lawyer to represent you,
Sorry, can't afford one.
what do you do for in life, sir?
So to give you background who I am, you can Google my name, come Kids Harbor. That's an orphanage. I don't have anything. I don't have no one. So please, sir, I cannot afford a lawyer. You understand that?
I don't want to talk about the case. I just want to know, do you work? What do you do for a living?
I just got a job, okay, and I have an apprenticeship. I don't make that much money, okay? Can't afford a lawyer. That's all I'm saying.
What's your apprenticeship?
Upholstery.
Upholstery.
Yes, sir.
How much money do you make a month?
I just started, but it's probably around 1,200.
What were you doing before that?
Subway, 5 years. At Subway.
Okay. And I guess you got fired from Subway? What happened?
No, I don't want to work past Subway 5 years, so what I look like. And I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but working at Subway for 5 years, it does something to you. Okay, so I quit because, I'm being honest, I quit Subway because it's 5 years of Subway. What am I going to do? You know?
I
Can't blame me for that.
agree with you.
That was, but I mean, like, that's pretty much me right now. But if I can just explain, if you let me explain, can I explain the police report? Because it decriminates me, Sarah.
I'll give you a lawyer today.
Okay.
I'll have you speak to the lawyer. The lawyer can give your side to the DAs, and then they can try to work something out for you. Okay? So just hang tight. I do need you to fill out an application for me. I don't know if I have one. Let me just check it out.
Be the prosecution.
Sir.
You're not allowed to
No, it's
talk.
all okay. Because it literally decriminates me, sir. Okay.
So-
to the attorney when you get appointed.
So I need an application for you to fill out. Once you fill it out, I'll take a look at it. I'll grant it for you, and then I'll have you speak to a lawyer here momentarily. Okay?
Same day or do I have to
Today?
come up?
Yeah, today. It'll be a while because we have to find one, but just be patient. But I'll have you speak to someone today. Okay?
Have a seat, sir.
Take it.
Can I get my phone? No. I can't handle the paper? Are you joking? I'm getting sued over jaundice, so look at the paperwork, jaundice, so. I'll behave, I'm sorry. Oh, you tried to smile a little bit.
Oh.
I saw that.
You
know what I
say about composing?
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to be nice.
But nice is with actions as well, right?
I will compose myself properly, sir. And I would like to apologize to everyone in the court. I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
Stephen, just.
No.
Can I say so? I'm not trying to deny it.
You know, first like this.
I'm innocent. I am innocent. Read the original police report. I am innocent.
Calm down.
I am innocent. I will not comply with this.
About me? Are you letting there?
I'm gonna let him out. I just need him to calm down and he's trying to do whatever he wants to do, whatever, you know? No. I want to let him out today. Let's just Give him another 30 minutes. Just... Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
I'll behave.
All we want you to do, Mr. Revode, is give your side to Mr. Slider. Okay, he will help you work with this case so it can get the best result possible. Okay, understand that we don't appreciate when people come from over there all the way over here, because it's very possible that I didn't even see that you were here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I'm sorry.
The problem is that not everybody is as nice as you. What happens if someone comes and tries to attack me here? You know what I mean?
I'm sorry if that's ever happened.
So that's why it scares me.
Okay.
You come up this way. I didn't even see you until Steven looks at me and starts darting this way. I didn't even see you, and it scared the crap out of me.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, sir. Okay.
It's okay. And look, I don't think you mean any ill will. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right? But
Oh, I debated not coming because this is scary. Like, it's scary being here. I don't like being here.
what I meant was, if I thought you meant ill will, I would already have you in jail.
Okay.
Right.
I appreciate you not locking me up. Thank you.
Of course not. I don't want to lock you up. I don't want to put you in jail. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Just understand, we have a certain way that we handle things here, right?
May I say something?
Not about the case.
It's not about the case. I just want to say, and it's in the paperwork, I've already been in jail over this. I've been put in jail over the weekend. I have the paperwork from the first time I went to jail. And, you know, I'm kind of curious why I went to jail because I didn't do anything.
I'm going to let Mr. Slider explain that to you, okay? So just be wary that all I need you to do at this point is stay in contact with him. I'm going to waive the appearance for the next time. You don't have to come here, okay? All I'm asking you to do is stay in contact with him. If he comes back to me, though, and tells me he can't get a hold of you, I will issue a warrant. And I'm going to tell you, I will not give you any more PR bonds. So all you have to do is stay in contact with him. And if you do, good things will happen for you. And one more thing, don't pick up any new cases.
I'll try not to. I won't.
I don't think you will. But just remember, not everybody's patient, okay? Anyways, all right. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, please. Mr. Rode, best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
For sure. Victoria, do you have a reset ready for Mr. Vivode?
I'll gather all your stuff.
Okay, you ready? Yeah.
Judge, on Tristan Smith, have a report for you.
Okay, tell me.
The last question was about his being in custody. You mentioned that you were willing to let him out, and I assume no personal bonds, if we could show that he would be staying with an adult. I talked to a Miss Palmer, who is the woman that he was referring to. Miss Palmer is okay with him living with her, but she has some issues with the bond conditions. She does not want an individual living in her house with an ankle monitor. And she said she wanted to express that she is not his mother. Although he could stay there, she wanted to make sure that, I think she didn't want to take on any responsibilities that,
Sure.
you know. So I told her I understood that this was merely about living arrangements, and we understand it's temporary and all of that. But she said she was fine, but she just cannot do the ankle monitor. So I wanted to bring that to your
I don't
attention.
understand what that means.
She doesn't want an individual in her house with an ankle monitor. I guess it's something she's never come in contact with and feels strange. I don't know. She does understand that he's accused of a crime and that he's going through a criminal process, but this was her sticking point. Not what I anticipated, but that was a sticking point for her. So I wanted to bring that to your attention, and I guess my ask would be, would you be willing to amend that condition?
How were we able to monitor him then?
How will we monitor him?
Yeah. How do we know he's not going out in the middle of the night and just?
Well, we wouldn't. What we could do is, of course, what you said you would do, which is random UAs every time he comes. We could do frequent appearances for him. I mean, there's other, I mean, we're not gonna know where he is 24 hours a day.
It's a hard time making it here, you know?
He does, he does.
We're
But
gonna,
I did discover that there may be some resources available to him that I'm working on in terms of transportation. So I think we can remedy that, and that's through MAC. I think we can remedy that. But that was the first thing, because I mean, he's been in jail the whole time and he hasn't been able to get out, cannot make bond. doesn't have a cosigner. She's not willing to be a cosigner for him. So it's either going to be he sits there, set it for trial, or the state makes an offer that you're willing to accept. That's kind of where we are at this stage. So that was the first thought, is whether you'd be willing to amend that condition. That'll get him out. He'll stay with Ms. Palmer while we work out these cases.
Good. I'm going to discuss with Kelsey in a moment and potential offer. We're going to talk about maybe a potential deferred, and we'll discuss it with Kelsey and see if you're amenable to that, Your Honor.
Did you offer him a PTI?
No, PTI not offered, Your Honor. We offered previously a time served, but as you mentioned, you would not accept that. So we're going to discuss with Kelsey to see if some sort of probation.
And obviously, if the state were willing to offer a PTI, that's something I believe he would accept. But we talked about the potential for deferred, and I told him the legal implications of that.
My only issue is that if I let him out, as history has told us, when I try to get him here, it's very difficult. You know, there's this excuse, there's that excuse. The only time I'm able to get him here is because he picked up a new case. Otherwise, you know,
it had been tough to get him here, Judge.
I try to get him to go test, he just doesn't go. So it's
the last time when he was ordered to appear, he came, he walked 9 hours. I mean, he wants to deal with it, but he's like, in his words, the court took away my parents, so I don't have an adult to stay with. And I was like, well, your parents asked for you not to go there. But the way he views it is.
Have you talked to them lately?
Him?
Oh, the parents.
No. I've never. I spoke to his mom. She a lady who said she was his mother.
But that's normal.
Several weeks ago, but she doesn't live with. No, I've never talked to the grandmother. She hasn't taken my calls. And then the other CW was.
Have you tried to call grandma?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I was curious about the information that we received, but she won't take my calls or return them. So he's in this situation where he has no way to get out. He's missed school.
Can you mind bringing up Mr. Smith, please? Tristan Smith.
I don't necessarily want him to come to court every week, because that would, again, be absences and things like that from school. But if that's something that the court will require, we could work with Mac about transportation and getting him here. So I think he would be willing to do that.
Just, it scares me to put him on too long of a leash, you know, because when we do that, here we are again, you know.
Judge, we always have the random UAs to ensure that he's not ingesting any illegal substances. I mean, we have things to do to keep tabs on him. It's just a matter of how do we move forward with him not being in jail.
No one's checked anything on these. Hey, who filed these? Nothing is checked on any of them. Nothing's filled out on here. Mr. Brooklyn. Alex.
I think you've done it the same way you started.
Right, it's. How's jail? The question is, how do we go from here? Where do we go from here? You know, all I want is the best for you, you know? And it seems like when we give you too much of a leash, no good happens. Nothing good happens. I want to let you out, and he has found you a place to go to, but I guess the requirement is she's saying is that she doesn't want you to have an ankle monitor. But if I don't put the ankle monitor, am I supposed to take your word that you're not going out in the middle of the night? Really? How am I supposed to monitor to make sure you're not?
I don't go nowhere. I just go to school, come home, that's it. I don't go nowhere. I don't do nothing. I'm just trying to go to school, that's it. I done already missed finals, been emailing her.
In this latest assault, where were they at?
So the latest assault, Your Honor, they were at, it appears to be at a residence. And then that's whenever they got into a group fight with the defendant and another female attacking the complainant.
Okay. I'm going to give you another chance, but I'm going to tell you now, 3 strikes, you're out. If I find that you're using marijuana, because I'm going to test you like crazy. As of today, I'm going to test you again in 3 weeks. If you test positive, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? You pick up a new case and I don't know how else to get through to you, but if this is the only way, then this is the only way. I mean, somehow we have to get your attention. You need to make better decisions. If you come up across where there's going to be a fight, walk the other way. If you are hanging out with people who you know are up to no good, that they're going to go smoke weed, go the other way. If they're asking, hey, come on, let's go to the club, don't go. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. So you still have a curfew. Do you understand? What is reasonable, Mr. Brooks, do you think?
I have practice and stuff, so it would have to be like after like 9.
I would say 9 o'clock, Judge.
Okay with that?
17 years old, school activity should be finished by 8, I would think.
Okay, you must be at that house. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have, because since she doesn't want the monitor, okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have pretrial call you at 9:30 at night to ensure that you're at home. You're not going to know when they're going to call, but I'm ordering them to do that. So they're going to call. And if we call and they ask for you and you don't come to the phone, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Okay, so the bond condition is to stay in school full time, and I want proof. I'm not going to take your word for it. I want proof that you're actually enrolled in school. No drugs, no alcohol, no contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you know who the person he was with by chance?
Second, Judge.
The person he was with?
In the second case, the young lady, she was not mentioned, or I don't know who she was.
No bars?
She was my ex.
She doesn't live with Office.
No, she stayed all the way in Cheneville. I don't even be in Cheneville.
No bars, no clubs, anything of this nature. Life is hard enough as it is. You see how hard it is when you don't have money. Life doesn't get easier the older you get. It only gets more difficult, especially knowledge is power. And with power and with knowledge, you get money. And once you get that education, no one can take it from you, right? Only good things can happen. If you want resources, we have it here. I can give you paperwork so we can get you a cell phone and we can get you a tablet.
I have a phone and all that. Like I have a phone, I have an iPad. It was just hard for me to find housing at first because I didn't have nobody. So
you have someone now. So if they set rules for you, no matter how bad they are, you have to follow it, because if you don't and they kick you out, you're on the street again. So if she tells you to wax the floor, wax the damn floor. Because if you're not nice to these people, if you're not good to them, and if you don't have patience, you're going to end up on the street. You understand? Patience is everything. Self-control. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, for the drug testing, did you want me to just do it at the court's discretion so that for the dates?
I want to do random testing.
Okay, because last time we discussed it, we put them on weekly random.
No, I don't want to do that. We'll test in 3 weeks. 3 weeks we test them. And I also want you guys to call the house.
Yes, that's what we do for the curfew without GPS,
Right.
and you want that still 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, so still keep the randoms.
And no weapon.
Yes.
All right, stay in school. Okay, come on.
Is Deion Jones on the docket?
Mr. Brooker. Mr. Brooker,
Yes, sir.
thank you so much for hanging and doing everything that you're doing. You're doing good. Great.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Connor.
Deion Jones.
Okay.
Cases, on the UCW, we're still missing videos from HPD.
Okay. Tell me.
Yes, Judge. So we're still missing the body cam and dash, and it looks like
It's HPD. It should be automatically uploaded.
it should be, and it looks like they were followed up on back in December, but they're still not available to us at this time. So we'd have to get another expedition. We could try to expedite them, but
Okay, I'll waive it. I'm gonna do a couple weeks. If it's not in, then
yes, Judge. It's
Yeah.
we'll put in their request.
Thank you, Judge.
okay, thanks, Connor. You ready? Hi. Yes, ma'am.
I have a bail review hearing for Mr. Justin Johnson.
Okay.
Let me bring him up, Judge.
You have a plea, you said?
No, bail review hearing.
Oh, well, I don't necessarily know if let me see. He's in custody, right? Oh, that's a high bond. Deputy, do you mind bringing Justin Johnson out? So, have you been on the assault since the beginning?
So, yeah,
On the assault, have you been on it since the beginning?
I just got appointed today.
You just got appointed today on everything? Okay, all right. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that he's got a ton of cases that are open. So I'd like to do PC on the new terroristic threat and then on the assault, because. No, wait. You want to talk to me while we're waiting? Talk to me.
Alex Frank.
Okay.
We're gonna do a plea with him today.
Okay.
And then also Aretha Murphy.
Okay.
So just waiting for the police.
Are you,
I signed the plea paperwork on Frank. I just need to sign it on Murphy.
okay, just tell me when you're ready and bring them up. And we can do it. Oh, wait, are they both in custody?
Yeah, they're both in custody.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Shh. Mr. Johnson, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with assault of a family member. You're also charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. On both of those cases, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. I see that your bonds are pretty high. They're both at $50,000 now. I don't know why, but let's find out.
On November 17th, 2024, Texas, the complainant witness made a report that the defendant had assaulted her that day. The complainant witness stated that she and the defendant had been dating for 3 months and broke up. That day, the defendant went through the complainant witness's phone and found some messages between the defendant's cousin and the complainant witness, causing the defendant to become angry. The defendant then accused the complainant witness of sleeping with the defendant's cousin and cornered the complainant witness before pushing her against the wall and throwing her to the floor. The defendant then punched the complainant witness in the head 5 times and kicked her in the stomach, causing pain. So that's the assault in November. And then the terroristic threat in January, on January 7th, 2025 in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call. Officers arrived and made contact with the complaining witness, who stated that the defendant is her ex-boyfriend, and he came over to her home and stated, quote, "You are playing with my life. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to show you," end quote. Complaining witness stated that the defendant then stated, "Your baby daddy will be dead and you. I'm going to smoke you both." The complaining witness stated that she feared that the defendant would carry through with this threat. Officers called the defendant, who acknowledged that he had several warrants relating to the complaining witness.
Is the ag assault same complaining witness? Really?
Yes.
That's a new case? Or?
3 separate dates, same complaining witness.
Thank you.
And on the
ag assault, what happened there?
The ag assault, all right, the complaining witness is the ex-girlfriend of the defendant. She arrived home on July 22nd, 2024, and found the door to her apartment had been kicked in, and the defendant was there waiting for her. The defendant began arguing with the complaining witness about the way she was dressed. The complaining witness told him to leave, and the defendant then stabbed the complainant in the leg with a pocket knife, leaving an approximately 1-inch hole in her leg.
He stabbed her?
No.
Allegedly.
Yeah, thank you.
Stop.
The witness recovered the knife used to stab her, and then pursued the defendant in her vehicle. She also acknowledged attempting to run the defendant over.
All right, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your cases. I'm issuing a order. Well, let me see if an order of protection has already been issued. I'm issuing what's called a magistrate order for emergency protection that identifies the complaining witness in this case as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within. I'm going to do 1,000 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate this, it's very possible they file a violation of protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. You violate conditions on a VPO, we can have a hearing to hold you at 0 bond, and I'm going to do it in a heartbeat to protect every person in my community. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you file no contact and no weapons?
Yes.
I don't know if you're going to get out, but if you do get out, I'm ordering you to remain under house arrest, and I'm going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know where exactly you are at all times. Do you understand? You're not to use alcohol, any kind of illegal substances. Okay. Did you want to add anything?
Yes, Judge. My client wants, I'm getting from my client, Judge. If you want, we lower the bond. We opposed to lowering the bond. My client works. He supports his 13-year-old daughter, and those are factual issues. Okay, I'm gonna let him have the floor. Yes, Judge.
No, because you know what? I just don't want you to say something. The only thing I know is that you have an open felony evading. You're on probation for felon in possession of a weapon. You pick up an assault family member in November, an aggravated assault worth an alleged stabbing, and now a terroristic threat. So you were literally out all this, and now you pick up.
It's from the same girl. She lying. I got screenshots and everything showing she lying. Why the same girl have me come into your house if I'm stabbing?
Look.
Sense.
Evidence.
I mean, I'm a fugitive in your house then. So why you ain't call the police if I'm a fugitive laying in your house? This case been over. I've been in your house and they picked me up from your house the other day. It's the same girl. She be lying. I got screenshots. She threatening, trying to blackmail me and everything. I'm not gonna stab no girl. I'm 31 years old. Never had these cases.
Evidence will point to whose side is correct.
I got everything. That's why I just want her to know because you own me like I'm really doing it. Like I'm not doing this to no girl.
It's over and it's over and it's over.
That's what I'm trying to say.
5 open cases, man.
So I'm talking about the thing. I'm just showing you. This dude may come and say I stabbed you, and I've been having to open the warrant and then call the police to come pick me up while I'm in your house.
Mr. Johnson,
I'm
not dealing with that here.
Okay, I understand.
The only thing I'm telling you is that you want me to reduce the bond.
I apologize. I'm just saying it's just eating me up for you to really believe I'm a stabber. I'm 31 years old, never had these cases till I deal with this girl.
Those are factual issues.
I'm telling you what.
Just understand that if you do get out,
I don't want to.
you got these bond conditions.
Some she come to my mama's house, she go to jail.
I advised my client that's something that he would have to handle outside of this court.
Cause she'll come to my mama's house, she is crazy.
The only thing I would say is that when you're out in your house, when you're out where you are, and she comes to you, don't even answer the door. Don't even go to the door and call the cops. That's all you got to do.
I got screen. I'm gonna get everything printed out for y'all.
But just, you know,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson, in life, there are certain people who are a cancer to you. And if you don't cut them out of your life.
For sure, that's what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm gonna get this out the way. I'm gonna get the screenshots, everything shown, everything, and get this out the way, bro.
We're good.
Yes, sir.
I need him to sign the condition. I don't know if I'm going to reduce the bond. You know, let's do this. He's being held at no bond right now on all the felonies as it is. If that changes, come back and we can talk. Okay, but right now he's being held at no bond on all these felony cases as it is. So if and when that does change, come back.
50, 20. They gave me $250,000 bond and a 20 on the felonies.
I see on the ag assault, on the evading, it's at no bond. Right? On Mr. Johnson?
So I'm just gonna get my mom, get the phone, get the neighbors, ring cameras, and put the neighbors.
Those are facts that we cannot fight.
Oh, yeah, it's over with. That's why I'm ready to go so I can get all my stuff done for the big court.
So I guess let's do this. Let's set it off a week to see what happens in felony court, and then you guys can come back and we go from there. All right?
So
I need him to sign conditions though. So he needs to sign with.
And that's for y'all court too, man, but this ain't true. All right.